happens too frequently here, Judge. It's
All right.
interesting. I was
This
in the
is case.
meeting.
Hey, we're on the record, sir. Hang on.
Okay, thank you.
So, this is case number 2012611 FH, People of the State of Michigan versus William Edward Snethkamp. Mr. Snethkamp is represented by David Dodge. People are represented by Mr. Stay. This is the defendant's motion to reinstate the bond. The bond was originally set at $20,000, 10%, which Mr. Snethkamp had posted, and then asked the court to revoke that bond. Now he wants it reinstated. You can go ahead, Mr. Dodge, with your argument.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Your Honor, just a brief chronology. Date of arrest, November 1, 70th District Court, as the court indicated, 20,000, 10% was set. That was posted on November 12. Mr. Snethkamp then went into the Bear River Health Program in Boyne Falls, Your Honor. And while he was there in residence, was prescribed Suboxone. So that is where the Suboxone prescription originated. He then appeared as ordered in Kent County Circuit Court on a case that he's on a 5-year probation on presently. On December 3rd, was given what he thought he was going to get as far as the jail sentence that will be concluded this Sunday, May 30. Your Honor, I just double checked with the this morning. Our pretrial is actually scheduled for July 27th. So initially I was trying to spare Mr. Snethkamp some misery for 2 or 3 or 4 days of withdrawal between his release on May 30 and our earlier pretrial, which has now been rescheduled for July 27. But also the reasons would include being able to get, number one, he had a really good family home to live in Williamston, Your Honor. To have him continue his Suboxone. We've made very preliminary contact with 61st District Court. He has employment available in Grand Rapids, so that between the release date on May 30, if the court reinstates this bond, and the Newaygo hold is dropped, which I checked with the Kent County Jail, and it is on record at Kent, so that to reside with his mother can very much use his help. Her 103-year-old mother resides with her, and also to have him start the reemployment process in the Grand Rapids area, to have him screened at 61st District Court, to at least give this court the option, Your Honor, because the offer on the table right now is that he enters a plea with a year jail cap, and he's got credit for the time that he's served on the present nunc pro tunc December 15 bond revocation in 78th District Court, which is retroactive to December 10. So he's got every good reason, Your Honor, to prove himself to the court, to be compliant, to spare himself the misery of with several week misery of withdrawal if he goes into Newaygo Court. And I did file with the court and the prosecutor yesterday the letter that I received from the Newaygo County the jail medical office. I had contacted them initially on 2 weeks ago, just to ensure that if he did not have his bond reinstated, that he could continue his Suboxone. I was told back then that the jail is in the process of changing providers for these types of issues. And I said, well, I'll get back to you before the release date in Kent, which I did. And they sent the letter confirming that Suboxone is not available in the Newaygo County Jail. So he's going to have a very painful withdrawal. But more importantly, Your Honor, the court routinely would set a bond in a case like this. And he made all of his appearances. He complied with it, including going into the residential program at Bear River. So I can provide more background, Your Honor, but I think there's every good reason to reinstate the bond here, to have him prove himself between May 30, his release date in Kent, as well as he's going to be on probation in Kent, Your Honor. So he's got a Kent Circuit probation order that he's completing the jail sentence on. I know the court shoehorned me in for this hearing today so it could be heard before it's released from May 30, but those are the basic reasons, Your Honor, unless the court needs further confirmation. I do have his mother on the phone line down at Snethkamp just to confirm with the court that their home's fully available and she's fully supportive. She had initially posted the bond, Your Honor, and she's in a position to repost it if the court allows it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dodge. Mr. Stay?
Your Honor, it's an interesting thing because in my mind, by speaking with the prior attorney, that he would be getting probably at least a year in Kent County. I'm not going to renegotiate what I offered, but we have a 41-year-old defendant here. Okay, so we're talking about going back to live with his mother. We've talked about he has every reason to comply. This defendant was on felony probation for meth lab, okay, and pending bond in Kent County and committed this offense. So the bottom line is we have a unfortunately recalcitrant defendant here who is unable to not use drugs when he's out. And we're not talking about a 20-year-old. We're talking about a 41-year-old here. To me, the $20,000 10% bond was low. I don't know how the court feels about the fact that he relinquished it. I mean, whether he can just post it again. I just think it's important for this court because you did not set the bond to know all of those, all of that background. I mean, frankly, I'm surprised with a pending meth lab in Kent County that he is on probation for that and there was not a longer sentence given the background. Now, I don't know the case, and obviously COVID's a different time, but this is not a case that I anticipate to be done with 6 months. This defendant needs a period where he does not have access to drugs. I don't think it's been long enough. Suboxone is basically for opioids. It's I think they're attempting to use it for methamphetamine, but this court knows that what happens with entrenched methamphetamine users when they are out. Unfortunately, they use. This defendant was found in this county. I have no idea from the report, and I don't think he has any idea why he was here. The idea of somebody with this sort of unchecked meth problem driving around on the roads is concerning to this prosecutor.
All right, so I have a couple questions for you, Mr. Dodge.
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Snethkamp was on felony probation for delivery of MDMA, is that correct?
Your Honor, my understanding was that he was on bond in Kent Circuit on November 1, and that he was scheduled to be sentenced on December 3. Our office did not handle that matter, Your Honor, but it was actually a pending case where he entered into a plea agreement.
All right, so he was on bond for a meth case when he caught
Yes,
this
sir.
meth case?
Yes, sir. In this meth case, Your Honor, and hopefully Mr. Steele confirmed this, it's very much a personal use amount, perhaps a residue. So this case does not resemble anything other than a meth use possession case.
So he was not on probation
No,
when he committed this offense or the one in Kent County?
Your Honor, the information I had from prior counsel is that he had a case pending in Kent Circuit. But obviously, Your Honor, the Kent Circuit had everything available on December 3 when it imposed the jail sentence that he's completing on May 30. And also, my understanding is a 5-year probation. So he's got a good long stretch in Kent Circuit in addition to whatever Your Honor may order.
Your Honor, I did to your particular question. Otis has been updated since the plea, but when I scored the guidelines, I do recall him having been on probation for a methamphetamine charge as well.
Well, he has in the past, Your Honor. I misunderstood whether the court was asking, was he on probation on November 1, 2020?
That was my question, yes.
I believe he was.
All right. So, Mr. Dodge, how long was Mr. Snethkamp in this inpatient treatment program?
Your Honor, he was released on the bond out of 78th District Court on November 12, and he appeared in Kent Circuit on December 3. And it's my understanding, and his mother is on a phone line with us, she could confirm to make sure I've got that right. I think in between, as soon as he could get in the Bear River Health residential program, he was in. After November.
So roughly 3 weeks?
Can I ask his mother, Your Honor? She's on the line with us. I don't want to mislead the court. I want to make sure I've got it right here. My understanding is that between the November 12 release up until the December 3 Kent County appearance as ordered, that whatever time it took to get him in, obviously would not have been on November 12, but that the time when he could be out and about between his release from jail and his December 3rd sentencing, he was at Bear River Health. That, can I ask Mrs. Snethkamp to confirm that for us, Your Honor? I want to make sure I've got that right.
Yes, we can confirm that with her.
Your Honor, Donna Snethkamp, I have her actually on a phone line. Mrs. Snethkamp, could you advise the court what the timeline was between the November 12 release from the Owego County Jail on the present case and your son's appearance in Kent Circuit on December 3? How much of that time he was in the... Can you hear me? I'm just getting her back on here.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, Donna, how much?
Yeah, he went right in to Bear River, which was an exceptional program, and he stayed there, did very well, graduated from that program. They actually offered him a job. He did so well with that, and he only left there to come back and serve his time. But he has stayed in touch, and the doctor there will re-prescribe his prescriptions for not only Suboxone, but other medications. And he has stayed in touch with Smart Recovery and worked it his whole time in Kent County.
Does that answer your question, Your Honor?
Sort of. All right. So then in Kent County, the Kent County Jail, they have a medication assisted treatment program in the jail. Is that the letter from Ms.
Your Honor,
Simmons?
I did file the actual medication record that we got from the Kent Jail, as well as Teresa Simmons' letter, who's the therapist there, so that we'd have those confirmed directly from the jail rather than my understanding or misunderstanding. The jail record is with our motion, Your Honor. The jail prescription record, as well as Teresa Simmons' confirmation that he's been involved in the programming, which includes the Suboxone. The court should have that at hand from our filings.
Right. I was just trying to ask a simple question. Does the Kent County Jail have a program there, or are they just following the doctor's orders and giving him the Suboxone, or is there more to it in the Kent County Jail?
Okay, Your Honor, they're following the doctor's orders, but also Teresa Simmons' letter would indicate that Mr. Snethkamp has been totally invested in the program as well, the therapy program. She's got in there who he's working with and that he's doing what he should be doing or could be doing, everything he could be doing.
All right. And he's on probation through Kent County as soon as he gets out of jail, right?
Yes, sir.
And you said that he's got a job. Where is he going to work?
Your Honor, he has the family is a fourth generation Chrysler dealership that originated in Detroit. So he has very well connections to work at a couple of different auto dealerships in the Grand, but he's going to have to investigate that, Your Honor. He's got to get out and get on the ground and, whether it's going to be sales or he's going to have to start off in service. But the family is in touch with the Grand Rapids dealers, basically. The Snethkamp Chrysler in Detroit originated, I believe, in 1924, and they've had Lansing, Gaylord, as well as elsewhere. So he's looking at either, he's told me in the Grand Rapids area would be like Todd Wenzel, GMC, Benton Baker, places of that type. But Your Honor, I don't want to overstate that because that has to be done yet. But the family does have the prior auto dealership affiliations that he should be able to get reemployed.
Okay, so he doesn't have a job. He's got some good prospects.
Yes,
right?
sir. Exactly, Your Honor.
And does he have anything else on his criminal record other than the delivery manufacturer of MDMA and then whatever he pled to more recently in Kent County?
Mr. Stay would have it. He used to have, he no longer consumes alcohol, but he did have alcohol violations. And Mr. Stay, just so you can tell the court, and I don't understate it mistakenly.
I have 2002 impaired out of Ingham County, 2005 operating while intoxicated, second offense, a 2013 operating while intoxicated, third offense, and felony resist arrest. A 2012 looks like it was dismissed, OWI third. The 2013 controlled substance delivery. It does say ecstasy, MDMA on the CCH, but I've seen it referenced somewhere else, maybe on Otis records, as actually being methamphetamine. It's the same statute. He has a 2013, and that was in Emmett County. And then the 2019 Kent County case was originally operating, maintaining a meth lab near specified places. I don't know what it looks like. He pled to an operating meth lab. I'm not sure that the 5 years probation, I don't know whether all of the jail's been suspended or how that is going through. And then a 7411 from 2000 on marijuana.
All pointing toward the necessity of him making this investment that he started in Bear River and that he's continued at the Kent County Jail, Your Honor. The court's going to have the information on July 27. There's actually, and I explained this to him very carefully, there's more downside to him from the court releasing him on bond if he's not totally compliant and if he doesn't stay on track. Because right now he's looking at another 3 or 4 months in jail on what's on the offer from the Newaygo prosecutor's office. So if he doesn't perform extremely well, the court could give him a heck of a lot more time, because the offer, I assume, would come off the table if he has a law violation. I'm not inviting that. I'm just indicating that I've discussed it with him very thoroughly, that he doesn't take on more downside risk here than the upside to it, where he'll save himself 3 or 4 months in jail.
All right, I'm going to set bond at $30,000, 10% cash or surety.
So the family can post $3,000 then, Your Honor?
Yes.
And Your Honor, I don't want to unduly test you and the prosecutor's patience, but if that is posted tomorrow at the sheriff's department or at the court, how do I make sure the hold is lifted? Because we're going to be on Memorial Day weekend on Sunday on its release from Kent. And if the hold doesn't come off from Newaygo, even if the family posts the bond tomorrow, he's going to be in misery for a couple of days at the Newaygo County Jail, where the family's already posted the bond. To make sure that the mother will post the bond tomorrow, Your Honor. I have every indication of $3,000. It says, how do I make sure that the hold is off with Kent, so that he doesn't get held Memorial Day weekend, and I can't get anyone in Newaygo to confirm it?
Right, I understand the issue. So we'll set a new bond here. So it'll be the $30,000, 10% cash or surety, and his mother could come to the court anytime and post that bond.
Okay, she'll come up tomorrow, Your Honor, presumably. And then once it's posted at the court, then the court's going to advise Kent that the hold's off?
Yes, that's what we do.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. You know, I don't want to really test your patience. I just don't want to get a call Sunday that he can't get out of Kent, and I can't get in touch with anyone up in Newaygo to confirm it, that it's been posted. But if that's just the way the wheel's going to turn, Your Honor, when she posts it tomorrow, what the court's indicating the hold to come off.
If she posts the bond here in this county tomorrow, then the bond will be posted, there won't be any hold, and everything should work just fine. I can't guarantee that everybody's going to communicate with everybody, but we'll do our part. We'll show the bond posted. We'll let our county jail know that the bond has been posted, and everything should work out. So
I appreciate that, Your Honor.
I think that the easiest way is to post the bond here and not try and post the bond in Kent County. That could get confusing.
Your
But
Honor, I'll advise her to come up here tomorrow and post it there.
great. All right. Thanks. That's all for today.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen.